Strumbellas are back with a new EP, Burning Bridges into Dust, out October 24th, and another big show at History November 14th. And you just got a new taste of what's to come with a couple of new tracks out there floating around. I'm excited to have Dave and Jon and Jimmy in studio with me now. Welcome back to Indie88.
Thanks for having us. Always happy to be here.
Yeah, a pleasure.
You guys just don't stop. You've released a record last year, new EP on the way. I mean, I'm curious, are these songs, some carryover from the previous sessions, or after tour were you ignited to get back in the studio?
No, these are the result of like an intensive writing process that we wanted to do after the last record. So, yeah, we were excited, as you say, after putting out that record and being on tour, we were excited to dig back in. When
you say intensive, what is that, a whole new process? Did you bring in somebody new to work with, or?
It means lots of crying, I think, ultimately is what it means. No, I just think you're kind of always writing and, sometimes intensively, so you might say.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it's like we go into sort of a writing like frame of mind where if I were to email the two gentlemen to my left and say, hey, do you guys want to have a writing session next Thursday? You wouldn't say, are you nuts? Like if I tried to book a writing session next week, you guys would tell me I'm nuts.
Okay. That is true. Yeah. I think you got to get in a writing mode where Dave's right that like that's what you're focused on. You're like doing lots of demos and stuff, or like, oh, that's a cool guitar idea. But then you hit the road and you're sort of like, it is a bit harder to sort of like do the same thing, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's wearing like two different hats with it. But it's one of those as well too, when we get in those modes, it's very addictive and you just want to keep doing it as much as possible because each time you do it, you're like, oh, this is getting better. This is more fun. So it's kind of a fun process to feel each other out and have fun with it.
So now in this time of, you guys have been around for a while, so you know how much music has changed as far as getting it out there. Do you feel pressure to complete full bodies of work? Like this is an EP. Would you have thought about just releasing a couple singles before a tour, or is it still important for you to have that collection at once?
The collection's important, but I mean, even just releasing an EP, this is the first EP we've released since our very first release way back when, because releasing sort of like smaller, something that's smaller and shorter than a full-length album allows us to focus more on the individual songs. So this is sort of like an effect of what you're saying about the way music is being put out, that releasing something smaller allows us to kind of shine light on some of the individual tracks a little more.
It would almost be like holding on to Christmas presents till Easter or something, right? If you had to wait. Is there an overarching theme to this record? I've got to say the title, Burning Bridges into Dust, kind of metal.
It is a metal. It's a metal
like, what's
EP.
going on, Strumbellas?
It was funny. I was saying about this earlier where it was just, it was one of those things that I didn't realize it at the time and at the process of everything. But as I listened back to like the first couple mixes that we got of the whole thing together, I was like, oh, this for me is kind of about acceptance of oneself kind of thing, whether it be in relationships, whether it be with yourself, whether it be your relationship to screen time or what you should be doing better in the mornings rather than being sat there drinking coffee and doom scrolling for way too long. And it kind of like, I was like, oh, there is a package here. There is a theme to this EP. So for me, it was that. I know that Dave might be on a different side of the fence.
This is like a very lovely, optimistic Jimmy answer. Like for me, I listen to it and I just think the songs are all about being very sad. So,
Jon, where do you weigh in?
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I think I want to harness the sadness, but like with a little, sprinkle of optimism,
Do you think we need sad songs in order to be hopeful?
Yeah. I think that like one of my favorite bands of all time was Frightened Rabbit, and love them to pieces. Like we just played in, I'm going to pronounce this terribly because I got the pronunciation of the city wrong. Haverhill, Massachusetts.
You got Haverhill, yeah.
The Green Room was in like this radio station, and there was a Frightened Rabbit singer. So immediately I take a picture, and it takes me back to when I was a kid. The comfort that I found of having Scott's words and being like, oh, somebody else feels the same way that I do about going through this and not feeling like you belong. And it just helped me so much. And in seeing there's a foundation for you to kind of move on through the hurt, and it builds you and changes you, who kind of makes you who you are, if you will.
Okay, so if you're the optimist in the band, or is Izzy an optimist? Is Daryl, are there other optimists who are...
Jimmy number one.
Jimmy number one. Daryl, I would say.
Yeah.
I think.
I think I'm an optimistic kind of fella.
Dave's like, absolutely
Yeah.
not me.
Well, I mean, we just saw an example of you really sitting on the fence between the optimism and pessimism, John.
Yeah.
So I think that makes sense.
I'm
for
going
you.
to go on a leap and say I think Izzy's on your side of the fence.
Yeah.
Overall,
Yes.
I think we're quite a mix.
Daryl likes life. Izzy and I, not so much.
But do you have that balance in the writing room, in the studio, where if things are getting too morose, Jimmy, do you pop in and you're like, okay, this is where we harmonize, this is where we...
See, I love, like, I think that's the thing that makes the Strumbellas who they are. It's such a collaborative sort of effort with it. And we just go in and we're like, let's make this piece of music the best thing that we can walk away with, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so nice having, like, the different visions of the song come in, because the collaboration makes it so that, like, one person may listen to that song and be like, oh, this is the saddest thing I've ever heard, and then somebody might listen to it and be like, oh, it's optimistic, there's hope to it. And I love that, because it kind of relieves the pressure of you sitting down with a piece of paper going, okay, I'm going to write this story like this.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice to just have different input and stuff as well too that comes up, where it's like Dave will come up with a line, I'll be like, I've been sat on that trying to figure out how to get that nicely in less words and kind of get that across. So yeah, I think it's just a nice sort of collaborative sort of thing where people can take what they need from the music.
Also, too, I feel like because you are your royalty of sing-alongs, like truly you have this knack to... I mean, what was it? There's one track that was released, Maybe It's Me, that's a teaser. And I was like, you guys have the Berry Gordy, like, don't bore us, get to the chorus right off the top. Like, it's like a Nile Rodgers school of songwriting. But then again, even, some other tracks from your catalog, there's a heartfeltness, there's the emotional ride, but also everyone, including the audience, seems like they're part of it. And I'm wondering, when you're putting this EP together, was there a point where you're like, okay, do you have almost a formula where you need to hit that sing-along aspect?
The sing-along thing
filter.
happened organically and early just in the jam space. It just felt like before we were even playing concerts to anyone, it just felt like we all wanted to sing along. And then I think, so that just started to feel natural that we would all be singing in certain parts. And then when we started to play shows and the crowd started getting bigger, it started to feel like the best thing in the world is when people are singing along with our music. So it didn't come from a place of like, oh, we're going to have a band that sounds like this with these elements, but it became just something that we love, and that just came about because it just felt right.
Mm-hmm.
And it's still the best thing. If anyone is coming to our show at History on November 14th, singing along is the best. It's my favorite thing. I bet it's Jon and Jimmy's favorite thing. And so, yeah, it comes up, but it comes from like this very like soft, squishy place. It's just what we love.
I love that. I think I probably have asked you that in the past before, because every time I think of Strumbellas, I truly think about a sing-along gem of a show. You just warm everybody's hearts, guys. Okay, but now let's talk about hard lines. Dave, can you give us some insight onto this one? Because I know in press you were talking about kind of our connection with technology and beyond.
Yeah, this is a very weird time. These things that were supposed to connect us have done the opposite. And so often I find myself sadly scrolling through my phone and feeling hopeless and lonely. And I think Hard Lines is a lot about that, a lot about this feeling that life is something that's happening somewhere else to other people and not to you, or not to you in the way that you would like. And this is just a sad and lonely time. And I think hopefully like slightly mitigated by getting together and playing songs about it with your friends. That's the only thing I can figure out to do, basically.
Fair enough. Do you guys want to weigh in? I mean, what's it like I was listening in headphones the other day, and I, on the air, said that, Jimmy, your voice is very powerful in a very tender way on the track.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lovely compliment. It's just raw kind of emotion when you're in that booth, and it's just like feeling out every single line. And just, as cheesy as that sounds to say, it's one of those that it's just kind of putting that message across, because I'm the same way, as optimistic as I can be about a lot of things. It's one of those that I completely agree that it's like these screens, it's like, yeah, we'll catch up soon, we'll do it. And it's kind of like dividing a lot of humans, where it's like you click on one thing, you go over this way, and my best mate could click on another thing and go over this way, and then it's like I'm planting my flag on this side. And it kind of like, I just love like human interaction of like, if you have the complete opposite viewpoint from me, talk to me about it and let's debate it. Let's like have a calm conversation, rather than being like, this is my flag and I wave it and you stay over there kind of vibe. And it just, like I said, it's a thing that was built to make us closer as a society. And like we were saying earlier, it's like I miss bumping into people at shows and just having the catch up there, rather than being like, what's up, how's life? Like if I get another message about how's life, it's just going to drive me up the wall. And yeah, just that sort of like, I agree completely. And it's just kind of that pushing through and not feeling like you're falling behind with everything that surrounds you, because you cherry pick the best bits of your existence to post online. And sometimes when you're groggy in the morning with a coffee, you don't want to see that and be like, well, yeah, my life sucks in comparison to this person that's in Turks and Caicos right now.
Just say good. When someone asks you how's life, just say good.
Good.
Fine.
That's a pro tip.
Sometimes I overshare, though. I feel like I'm too real. People are like, how are you? I'm like, well, today is a bit weird. And then you can see them be like, oh, no, that's not the answer. That's not what I thought was going to happen. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, it depends who the person is, right? Like some people are just like, they just want the good. How are you?
Yeah.
But I think your real friends want to hear. They want the whole story.
So I'm hoping for a couple spoilers, if you don't mind, because, again, before the show at History, November 14th, we don't have the full record yet, the full EP. But, for example, Jon, I haven't asked you something in a second. What track are you looking most forward to playing live?
Oh, that's a really great question.
I know the answer already.
Really?
Yeah.
I think is it Hanging Out My Head?
Yes.
Okay. Well, how did you know that about me?
Because it has a cool guitar thing.
Yeah. I think that's just a song that like's really right in our wheelhouse. Like we definitely tried some different sounds on this EP, which you will all find out October 24th. But that one's definitely right in the wheelhouse. It's very acoustic guitar driven. It's very sing along-y. I think it's like who doesn't love an upbeat song? I love sad songs like everyone, but I think if you go to a show, who doesn't want to hear the upbeat song? So that's probably my favorite one.
Okay. Dave?
Pick the sad one.
I'm a sucker for sad songs. I love a sad song, so I'm with you if there is one.
Yeah, my favorite song, or the one I'm most excited to play live, is already out. It's called you were referencing it before. It's called Maybe It's Me.
Yeah.
And I feel like I have been the person in that song many times, so it hits home.
Fair. Okay. And Jimmy?
There's a song that's coming out. It's called Skin in My Teeth. And I'm just really excited because it's kind of it's a bit of a banger, and it's a frustration piece kind of thing. And I love it. It's very rocky, very kind of slightly outside of our wheelhouse, but it's very pushing and everybody all at once, and I thrive off that stuff. So
I've never understood the saying "skin of my teeth." What does it mean?
Don't have skin.
What does it mean in the context of the track?
By the skin of my teeth is like, it's almost like there's no hope kind of thing.
Okay.
From that, which usually.
But the line is hanging on a dream by the skin of my teeth. It means you're just like barely hanging on to this thing that you believe in, just by a hair you're hanging on.
Yeah, just scraping by.
Barely.
Just making it.
Yeah.
Not a lot of hope.
Now we're mixing it up here.
Guys, okay.
Now we're
really okay. We're learning a lot. I think we've hit all the emotional targets at this point. So we've covered the gamut. But again, no matter what kind of emotions or things that you are going through or you're writing about, truly the albums always hit home and pull on the emotional heartstrings. But live, truly, there is a kind of camaraderie on stage and off with the audience that I'm so looking forward to seeing coming up in November. And can't wait.
Awesome. Thank you.
And thanks so much. And can't wait to hear the new EP coming up soon.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so
Thanks
much
so
for having
much.
us. Yeah.